Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy, AJTRIP, and welcome to That's a Shoot, my weekly exciting show where I talk about what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Although last week we didn't have anything to talk about in the world of professional wrestling, or at least I didn't, so there was no That's a Shoot. So, and for those of you guys who were looking for that, I apologize for that. But that being said, it is here. We're back. We are doing the um, predictions episode for Survivor Series Wargames 2024. 5 matches, 2 Wargames matches. Some probably didn't need a Wargames match. Um, so yeah. So we'll have to wait and see. We got 5 matches to talk about. Let's go ahead and let's get things started. First, the United States Championship is on the line. It's LA Knight, the champion, defends against Shinsuke Nakamura, who over the last couple of weeks have attacked LA Knight after his matches with Humberto and Santos Escobar. And now he's looking to put on a new challenge for LA Knight. So, that's good. We'll see what happens. And I think they gave LA Knight the championship at SummerSlam. This may be a good time for a title change, possibly. But I think if it was, um, if I don't know. I think if it was anybody else other than LA Knight, I would probably say yes. But I really think that they're trying to give LA Knight a really big run with this United States Championship. So he may be a champion for a long time. So I think the winner here is LA Knight. That's who I predicted to win. Again, we have a Intercontinental title match on the line. Braun Breaker in a triple threat match against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. I think Braun Breaker wins this one. I think they did the Intercontinental switch, which I didn't think they needed to do with Jey Uso earlier this year to try to start the Bloodline way, but they could have just had him be taken out by the Bloodline in the match. They could give Braun Breaker another long streak, because I think that would have been interesting to have Braun Breaker hold the Intercontinental Championship for a pretty long time, because we're still in the mix of so many other people. Yeah, so I think we're still in the mix. That could have been a long title reign that Braun Breaker could have had with the Intercontinental Championship, but they decided to do that little thing right there for this. So I think we're gonna have to wait and see how long this is gonna be. But this should be, Sheamus is still looking for his Intercontinental Championship. It's the only title he hasn't won. At some point, I think he might get it. A little bit Kaiser's been in the mix as well, so that he can still do some stuff as well. But I think this is probably going down to the wire, and I think this is not going to be, this shouldn't be a bad thing to predict. This is Braun Breaker winning the Intercontinental Championship, retaining the Intercontinental Championship, in this triple threat match. Next, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest, the challenger, takes on Gunther, the champion. They've kind of done something interesting with Gunther, and I think this is good. But Gunther is now doubting himself, kind of, because he lost to Cody Rhodes in the champion versus champion thing at Crown Jewel. So he seems to be almost playing this thing as if he's lost confidence in somehow, or he's lost things. And Damian Priest has gotten the better of him, the last couple of weeks. So now you look at it and say, well, this should be a Gunther win, and I think it will be a Gunther win. But it will be interesting to see how they work the match and see how is Gunther his usual normal self, or is he hesitant to do the things that he would normally do to get a victory? So all that being said, like I said, I am choosing Gunther to retain, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do this match. So Gunther retains his World Heavyweight Championship. Now, the women's war game match. We have Team Rhea going to Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley. That will be officially announced tonight on a, for some reason, recorded episode of SmackDown, which I don't see TKO saying that they're going to do more recorded episodes, which I can't stand. I really can. I can't stand. It's stupid. I understand recording when you're overseas, recording the show. That makes sense, but you should be doing live. If this is America, you do the damn shows live. Do the shows live. It's ridiculous. And they're doing it because they want to save money. This multi-billion-dollar company. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Good. So like I said, the Team Rhea is Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley taking on Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. To be honest with you, I don't even know why they're doing a women's war games match, just because it's got to be equal. It's one of those things where, again, I talked about, in the women's division video I did a couple weeks ago. Not everything has to be equal. Just, I understand doing a women's Royal Rumble match against men's. I understand doing women's Money in the Bank ladder match, things like that. I understand you understand the Elimination Chamber match, because that's gonna give somebody a title shot or give somebody the title. So I even kind of understand that, but I guess for me it just seems like this story was shoehorned in here. What does Io Sky have to do? I know Io Sky is the #1 contender for Liv Morgan's title shot, not #1 title. But is she's in there just because she's gonna put a trash can over her and jump off the top of the cage again? Is that the reason why she's in there for that spot? Why is Candice LeRae in it? Is Candice LeRae in it just because she's small and she can be thrown around by Bianca and Rhea? I mean, it doesn't make no sense. It really doesn't. This should not have been a women's war games match this year. I'm sorry. There shouldn't have been one. But there is one. So, predictions. I think if I'm correct, I think going back to NXT, I think all of the baby faces have won in the women's matches. All of the baby faces have won the War Games match. So it hasn't been like that for the men, but I think for the women it has. But it definitely has been like that for the men because the Bloodline won the first one. So what's happening? So I would say here, I think you have to go with the women. You have to go with something like that. And just on a side note, Bayley's in it because Jade Cargill has a injury, and it's anywhere from 3 months to as long as 10 months that she could be out with this injury. And they're trying to set up, who can, who did it. And right now we have 4 women who it could be. I think obviously her own partner Bianca Belair, and that's a good story to tell. If it's 10 months, if it's 10 months. So that who did it? It could be Bianca Belair. At the time, some people think it could be Naomi because the way Naomi was kind of looking when she was, on her face when she was talking to Belair on Monday, it almost was like I did this type of thing. I'm just saying this so that you can throw off the scent. And then you talk about Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Obviously, they took out Rhea Ripley. They tried to.
So there's some thought that both, one or both of them could do it, and there's many others that they could. It could even, but I would say it's got to be someone who I think could manhandle her and do all those things, and it's like that. So um, it was very interesting. I think it's a good story to tell. I was looking for WWE to do a good who done it, who did it, who done it storyline. So it'll be interesting to see where they go with this and who we find out who did do it. Could it even be maybe someone who's not on the main roster? Could it be someone who's on the main roster? Could it be someone who's not in WWE? Could it be Jordan Grace? Who knows? So it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be fun, and I can't wait for it. But again, for this women's war game match, I'm picking the team: Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Io Sky, and Bayley. And finally, the main event of Survivor Series War Games. I'm sure this is the main event. The OG Bloodline: Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, and CM Punk. What? Against the new Bloodline: Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, and Bronson Reed. Loved the swerve that Reed gave us with thinking they were going down the Seth Rollins lane, only to make a complete right turn and turn into CM Punk. Loved it, loved it. It was a great thing to do, and this sets up more stuff as they're going to get back to Seth Rollins and CM Punk. Now that CM Punk is now helping the Bloodline, just like how with Kevin Owens is kind of like going crazy on Cody Rhodes for helping Roman Reigns. I think Seth Rollins is going to do the same thing where he is going to go crazy on CM Punk for helping the Bloodline, for helping Roman Reigns. The one thing I hope does not happen here is that I'm not looking for any heel turns. I'm not looking for, at least from certain people, I'm not looking for a heel turn from Paul Heyman. I don't want a heel turn from CM Punk. Um, if it was The Rock, he was, I guess maybe say, if he was the fifth member of the OG Bloodline, and then you could, and then he would turn on the guys, then yeah, that's what I wanted. I've been talking about that for months. How I wanted this Survivor Series War Games match to end. I wanted it to end like 1997, with The Rock slamming the cage door on Roman Reigns' head. Um, but I'm not looking for CM Punk to be here. I'm not looking for, you know, I'm not looking for Paul Heyman to be a heel. They don't need to have CM Punk heel to go against Seth Rollins, and they don't need Seth Rollins to be a heel, to go against CM Punk. But I would much rather be, much rather have, um, um, what's his face, um, Seth Rollins become heel against CM Punk. But they don't need to go that route. And also, I don't want to see Paul Heyman turn heel. Him turning on the OG Bloodline, going to new Bloodline, that's kind of stupid. You know, um, it really is. Especially the way that he was acting. Now, I guess maybe you could say they scared him straight, by putting him to a table, showing them what else that they could do to him if he doesn't be with them. I guess you could tell that story. But I don't think that's a story, at least for right now. Maybe in a year or so, that could maybe be a story if they're still doing this, and they probably will because it's the greatest story ever told. Um, but yeah, but him like going with CM Punk, but CM Punk's heel, him being heel, yeah. Again, like I said, I don't want CM Punk to be a heel, so um, I want to see. I want to see what Paul Heyman does now as a babyface manager with babyfaces. You know, what I would like to see is I like to see him to be a manager for all of these guys. Be the manager for Roman, be the manager for Punk, be the manager for Jimmy and Jay, be the manager for Sammy. you know, and have them be the guys there, you know, especially maybe, you know, Jimmy and Jay who need to, you know, who need somebody to talk for them a little bit more. So I would love to see that. That's where I wanted this to go. As for the match, this match is, you know, there's so many ways you can go with this, and I think what you do, it's all about what do you have for WrestleMania 40 for going for Roman. There's a lot of talk about The Rock not going to be there. So are you doing Cody Roman 3, which I think is perfect. I think Cody Roman 3 would be perfect for, you know, perfect, and I think it would be, I also think it would be good for night 1. You know, especially if you're going to do Seth Punk, Seth from Punk, closing out night 2, closing out the entire event. I think it's maybe the way to go. I think I would like that. So is that what you know, I read somewhere that they're still going to do the bloodline stuff going into and throughout the winter. So is it going to be Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa? I doubt that. I would think that we would get Roman versus Solo sooner than that for the Ulafala. We would get that. We would get that sooner for that. So you know, and it's so many ways to go here. Sure, the bad guys could win, but I think the good guys probably have to win here. I think, especially when you're gonna have CM Punk, and it may be even one of the things where CM Punk would save Roman Reigns. You know, and that could lead somewhere that says you owe me one, and the owing him one could come back down the line. So yeah, I think this is the way to go. The winner of the men's War Games match of the OG Bloodline and their cousin CM Punk. So to recap my decisions, I got LA Knight beating Shinsuke Nakamura to retain the United States Championship. Braun Breaker retaining his Intercontinental Championship in the triple threat match against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. Gunther retaining the World Heavyweight Championship in his match against Damian Priest. I've got for the Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Naomi Io Sky, and Bayley winning the women's War Games match, and I have Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk winning the men's War Games match. So there you have it. My predictions for tomorrow night's Survivor Series War Game match. Make sure that if you're not already, subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell, because I will go live after Survivor Series tomorrow night to talk about what went down at Survivor Series 2024. Could be a very interesting night. Not only a good action, but to see how they do play, you know, with some of these matches. So it'll be a very, very interesting night come tomorrow night. So yeah, and then next week as well, NXT Deadline. So the predictions video for Deadline will be out next Friday, and the rep reaction after Deadline will be next Saturday. So make sure you're here for all of that. Again, to get the notifications for that, click that notification bell. But while you're also here, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And by the way, I forgot to say something. Over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AJTrip20, we had within a couple hours, we're going to be doing WWE 2K predicts Survivor Series War Games 2024. So make sure you're there just to watch. I won't be playing. The computer will be playing these matches. So there'll be some good stuff, I believe. All right, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I am out.